This is the Maruti Gypsy. After being introduced in India in the 80s, it instantly replaced the Premier Padmini as a car of choice for Indian rallyists due to its performance, reliability, tunability and its ability to go anywhere.
It has created a lowest entry barrier for the sport possible anywhere in the world.
We've always had gypsies because they were absolutely cheap to run and they cost nothing.
VFM package, you can't beat Maruti.
It's a tough little machine, and that thing, it just goes. I mean, on off-road, it just goes.
And that's how it's been for the past 20 years. The Gypsy has been the undisputed champion on the raid format rally circuit. But in the past 2 decades, a lot has changed. And so now the Gypsy's supremacy is being challenged by a host of cars. Younger, faster and more advanced. Enter the XUV 500, the Thar, Tata Xenon and the Maruti Vitara. That's what it seems on paper. What we need now is a proving ground. What we need is a battlefield.
This is Time's Drive and I'm Anuj Rai. And we're coming to you from the best battleground for these new age rally monsters. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Mughal Rally 2012. Buckle up.
The Mughal Road Rally is a 2-day event that drives through some most scenic yet remote parts of the state of Jammu and Kashmir. It's relatively short compared to the other raid rallies run in this country, but with 4 torturous stages offering a mix of high-speed tarmac and dirt, some say it's the most dangerous.
Very tricky stage for all the drivers, and especially who have not done recce's. It will be very challenging.
It'll be a challenge going down the hill all the time.
One will have to be very cautious because turns are sharp, turns are tight.
So the brakes, I think, definitely going to catch fire and with our speed, so that will be something of concern.
Really challenging sections.
The Mughal Road Rally might take the same route as it did these past 2 years, but there is a plenty of new being brought to the table this time round. New rally teams in Mahindra, Maruti and Tata. And more importantly, new contenders for the Rally King throne, the XUV 500, Thar, Vitara and the Xenon.
Gypsy's days, I think, are numbered. Times are changing, the SUVs are quicker, the ride is better, handling is better.
Technology goes, it's about 30 years or maybe 50 years old, and I definitely wouldn't want to get in one. Speed-wise, those other cars are much faster. So there should be an advantage over the Gypsy. There will be. Not should be, there will be an advantage.
If the cars are new, then so are some of the drivers. Migrating from the short stage high-speed format of the INRC come the APRC champ Gaurav Gill, Malaysian champ Karamjeet Singh and Lohiters driving the XUVs, and new combos like Sunny Sidhu with the Thar and Suresh Rana with Vitara. The stage was set for an epic showdown. Two stages comprise leg 1. The first stage starts at Hirpora, flying all the way to Baflias, traversing the legendary Mughal Road, with stage 2 being a redo of stage 1.
This is how that very stage looks like today. Smooth flowing tarmac, promising nothing but insanely high speed rallying.
High speed alright, but not as much for the Gypsy as it was for the new, more advanced machines like the XUV and Vitara.
This stage is a dream stage for a fast car because you need a low, powerful machine.
Straight patches you go up to 100, 120.
Vitara तो खैर fast ही है.
The stage went live at 9 in the morning on day 1 and the highest speeds of Mughal Rally were being clocked.
Day 1, the fastest that we gone was 140 km.
We maintained a 80-90 km per hour pace on every turn.
125 on the downhill and
The anomaly, the exception to the squadrons of 4x4 machines was the solitary Mitsubishi Sedia, being driven by the seasoned INRC veteran Amit Rajit Ghosh. It did seem out of place among all the all-terrain mud munchers it was competing against, but considering most of the rally was tarmac, it made complete sense.
Last minute decision to come and we decided we'll come. So no pace notes, no recce. Here there's some tarmac patches which should be good for us.
We have Amit Rajit Ghosh in the Sedia. He's got a tremendous chance to win this event because the stages have become a lot more smoother.
Another vehicle in the reckoning was Gaurav Prabhakar's Subaru tuned Forester.
The car, it's a Chevrolet Forester or Subaru Forester. They're both the same thing. So we've gone through a long process of building it up, the suspension, the engine, the tunings. But what I hear is they're going to be mostly tarmac this time. So we're excited about that, having a car. We don't have to deal with so much off-road. Tarmac is it's to our strengths basically.
The cars rolled into the service bays at the end of stage 1 and it was time to find out how these ever-impressive cars fared on the steep climbs, tight high-speed corners and even steeper descents of the Mughal road. Gaurav Gill's XUV rolled in first and here's how he got around stage 1.
Seriously, I'm not kidding. Look at the campers.
The champ did have some issues with his charge.
1 km it didn't go.
Oh, we have got some issues here with some electrical issues. We started the stage with some small issues. Decent time. I'm sure we won't be the fastest because our car refused to go over 2000 RPM, so it was on a different mode. So it's very disappointing that we had to start this rally like this.
And it wasn't blue skies for his teammates either.
There's some slight problems, there's some leak solved, but I think it will be solved. And other than the brakes are too hot, at the end there was no more brakes. I wish I had 100 more horsepower and bigger brakes.
Which wasn't to say that the Gypsies didn't have their own issues either.
स्टार्ट जैसे लिया मेरा इंजेक्टर का कपलर लूज हो गया था, इसके कारण मैंने बीच में ऊपर स्टेज में मैं फिर उधर मेरा टाइम वेस्ट हुआ और गाड़ी में भी कुछ प्रॉब्लम है मेरे अपिल में कुछ चल नहीं पा रही अच्छी तरह.
तो रेटिंग प्रॉब्लम मिसिंग आ रही है गाड़ी के अंदर.
अच्छा.
तो उसकी वजह से देख रहे हैं क्या प्रॉब्लम इसके अंदर है.
That we'll need to have a lot of spare brake pads because that's going to burn I think in every stage.
I think there's a problem with the engine. I think the engine seized, I think. And I could hear some tug sounds, so maybe the piston broke up connecting or something broke inside.
Sunny Sidhu in his spanking new Thar could not yield much luck on the very first day of the rally.
We had a mechanical failure. Our steering rod broke, so basically we had no control over the car and we hit a mountain toppled. First rally for the Thar, so we are still working on it, trying to get it done for the raid.
They say the third time's the charm, but Suresh Rana's third attempt at Mughal Road glory came to nothing.
Yesterday we were car number 3 into the stage, the first stage. At around 19th kilometer we caught up with Gaurav Chiripal. We overtook him on the stage. We saw some oil spill after we stopped, but then the engine had seized.
Sad to have the Vitara out because Rana was driving very well. It was virtually onto Mahindra's Gaurav Gill's tail. So preparation levels in newer introduced cars have to improve.
If the Gypsies struggled, then so did the Xenons from the Tata team, which was no big surprise.
I think it needs a lot of work on it. Feel it's too big. It's rolls a lot. Handling is just not what I would like to rally with is on.
Diesel has some issues. We'll see. It's a first rally.
Currently, it is a very heavy, cumbersome machine. It is not a rally machine. But if a motorsport variant is pushed by the company, it can become.
And what was a surprise was the CDR's scorching performance. At the end of leg 1, Amit's Mitsubishi clocked the second fastest time, only 22 seconds shy of Karamjit in his XUV. 22 seconds might not seem like a lot out there in the real world. The length of an ad on TV or the time it takes to send an SMS. But on a timesheet at the end of the rally, it's a lot.
Action-packed is the word I would use to describe the first day of the Mughal Rally. You had upsets with the favourites like Rana and Sunny Sidhu in their spanking new cars bowing out, and Mahindra's Karamjit in his XUV leading the rally, followed closely by Amitjit in his Syria and Samrat in his Baleno. The dominance of the gypsies seems to be fading away.
Very experienced drivers can handle fragile equipment, and nurse it through the stages. Going into tomorrow, I'm sure the first two are going to be in for a fight. I know the nature of both the guys. They're not going to give up easy or go for a steady finish.
I'm the biggest underdog in this event. Yeah. I'm the one who can fail and say, okay, it was the first time. Yeah. But if I win, everybody else has to say why.